And start to build the breath and lengthen the breath. You can always open your mouth to make it audible and hear the build of the breath. And here's a good time to get out wiggles if you want to kind of root back. Rock your weight forward. Or tuck your chin slightly, or maybe even more than slightly before, getting it back to straight, feeling the length through the back of the neck. My neck feels really tight. And then stacking your spine. Sometimes also that means pulling in the low ribs. Kind of rooting back. If you guys had a mirror, you could kind of adjust. Shoulders above hips. And then stop the fidgets and just close your eyes, go inside, trying to see with your breath. See where you're tight. Use your breath like the wind and kind of brush off the dusty areas, or just take notice, kind of tap upon the edges. You guys are all muted, so at any point you can make a lot of sound or lions. Take about 3 more breaths to set an intention. Maybe that's a physical part of your body or some pattern you want to unwind in your brain or your thoughts. And if your brain is some part of your intention, then get a big breath into the back of the head, back of the skull. And exhale down into the hips. And then 2 more breaths before our pranayama. Setting that intention as you inhale, flooding it in, like taking it from around you. And then exhale, like bringing it in, rooting it down, spreading out through your toes even, like all the way down into the toes, especially those with cold toes. Our pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. And you guys can open your eyes for a moment. We're going to do a box breath. We're also going to play with exhaling and holding the breath. And at each, the top and the bottom, not an Uddiyana lock. Try and hold, but soften the belly. And it's kind of a trippy feeling when you're holding to even let the belly hang out. So that's on the exhale hold and the inhale hold. So starting with the right hand, fold your first 2 fingers in. If you don't like this, you don't have to do it this way. And then turn your palm to face you, thumb on the right nostril. Exhale all your air out through the left. We're just going to start without a count. Inhale through the left, just going to full. Plugging both nostrils, pausing at the top, and then let your belly hang out like I just showed. Lift up from the crown of the head, and then exhale slowly through the right. Do it right before you feel anxious, especially if this makes you feel anxious. And then exhale, plug both nostrils and pause. So not a hard lock, soften your belly. And then inhale through the left. Just go through one more time on your own. And again, if that makes you anxious, then do a little count. Like say, I'm just going to do 2 seconds or 1 second, and then you can build on that. So pausing at the top, soften the belly, let it hang out, lift up from the crown of the head like you're a little puppet. You're exhaling slowly. Try not to get that rush of the first second of exhale, make it all really soft and smooth. And then plug both nostrils, no air, pause. That's actually more balance. Inhale through the left. Because when you inhale, you get ready to, fight or run. It's like uppers, and your exhales are downers. Exhale through the right. So it's more calm when you're exhaling, holding the air out. And now we're going to count. We'll do a 4 or a 5 count. In through the left. Plug both nostrils, pause. That might not be full inhale. It's not for me, that 5. Exhale through the right. Plug both nostrils, pause. In through the left, 5. Plug both nostrils, pause. Exhale through the right. Plug both nostrils, pause. Let the belly hang out. And then just take your hand down, breathe in and out, feeling maybe nostrils a bit more. There's a dominant one, and it changes. I can't remember, like every hour and a half, I believe. I think it's every 90 minutes. I don't remember. You have a dominant one. That's like why you're like, why isn't this stuffed one now? Okay, switch out your legs. We're going to go right into the other side of breathing. So whatever you're doing, crisscross applesauce or one leg out, switch your hand. Do that same thing. Plug up your left nostril. Exhale all the air out through the right. A little bit more on your own. You guys know you can stay at 5, go down to 4, or even up higher. Plugging your nostril, pause, closing your eyes, softening your eyeballs. There's such a thing as high eye pressure, like high blood pressure. So soften your eyeballs. And then exhale out through the left. Soften your jaw, your throat, all the air out. Plug both nostrils, pause. Soften the throat here. And then inhale through the right. Get the breath all the way up into your chest there, Sarah. As you lift the chest, soften the belly. Keep going through one more round. As you hold, lift up from the crown of the head. Kind of like a little marionette. Swap sound of music this week. Let in that joy of, if you've seen that, like The Hills Are Alive. So a big breath on this giant TV. Okay. You can take your hands down. Stretch your legs out in front. I'm going to do a little shoulder sequence before abs. Press your right ankle over your left, half shoelace. We'll just start everyone with halves. Arms out to the side, big inhale. Kite hawk, palms down, back, shoulders round forward. Look towards your belly. And then inhale, have the palms lead the shoulders. So palms forward, palms up, pinkies up. Inhale, chest up. And then exhale, press your left foot forward as you round forward. And then inhale, palms come back to face forward. And then exhale, cross your left over your right for eagle arms. You can round in. Scoop your chest up. Exhale, out through the mouth. And then drag the shoulders down. Lift up through the chest. And then exhale, press the left foot forward, reaching out through the inner leg line. Inner leg, like through more ball of that big toe. And even imagine as if you were pressing your left ankle into towards center and towards a block. And then pressing the left ball of the toe into a wall. Drop your chin in towards the chest and then lift the chest up towards the chin. Active feet, active through the hands as well. And then inhale, lift your chin, lift your arms. You can lower them through the center or the sides. And then walk your left hand and about 1.5 feet away or a foot out from the left hip, and then left ear, reach it towards or relax it towards left shoulder. Right hand is just reaching towards the floor. Spread through the right fingertips. So your right palm is facing down, reaching to the right. Inhale, lift your chest off the hips. Lengthen to the left, and then exhale, pull through right fingertips. And then inhale, lengthen the bottom ribs. Exhale, left shoulder down away from the ear, right shoulder away from the ear. And then turn your right palm to face forward. And then up, inhale, right arm up. Now we'll do a little side bend. Wrapping the right shoulder. You can also do a little unlocking the shoulders move here. Kind of help you to drag the right shoulder blade down. You guys stay here. I'm going to move. I need to take the scarf off already. So you can do a right squeeze of elbow in and that unlocking the shoulder. Reach the right arm up and exhale, press the right hip down. And then look towards your foot, inhale. And then exhale, twisting shoelace towards the foot. You can have your hand on the foot or forearm on the foot. Both shoulders drag down as you scoop your chest through the arms. Active through both feet. Exhale, right hip presses down. So I can feel that in my sacrum. I'm sure you guys can feel it in your low back, your hip. So as you inhale, flood in fresh, oxygenated breath into that right hip. And exhale, sigh or lions. Uddiyana. Releasing the belly, then the breath. Bring your torso back up. Stretch your right leg out. And Uddiyanas are really an abdominal exercise. So when you're needing, if you're sitting a long time, just kind of do an Uddiyana, get space through the back. You can think of that as well, Sarah. So left ankle crossed over the right thigh. Close your eyes, just take a moment to honor what this side has to offer. Spread out through the right toes. Think of that press through the inner leg line, that right leg. We'll do that again in abs. And then even a little squeeze of the right ankle in towards center. And how that shifts what muscles, I'm just gonna move my camera slightly. What muscles are turned on. And maybe they're asleep and you have to actually touch them. Inhale your arms out to the side. And exhale, palms forward, down, back and around. Round the shoulders forward. Look towards your belly and then inhale. Again, focusing on the hands. I always think of a Barbie and how you can move her wrist and her shoulder joint moves. Because her hands she doesn't have wrist joints, right? Lift up through the chest. And then exhale, round forward. Lift up that space. So sacrum, L5. So the lowest vertebrae. Little mini Uddiyana. What does that even feel like in every pose? And then inhale, arms out to the side, right over left. Eagle arms. Round in. Feel your breath press back in towards your spine. Scooping up through the chest and squeezing the elbows together, reaching them forward. Drop the chin in towards a really lifted chest. So if you're dropping the chin down, scoop the chest up towards the chin. Nice breath into the back of the neck, active hands, active feet here. You can really press the hands in towards each other. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. And then inhale, lift the chin, lift the arms. You can always go through center if it doesn't feel comfortable the other way, hands down. And then right hand about a foot, walk it to the right. And then put your weight into that right hand, right shoulder, right ear, right shoulder. And then lift your left, it's probably lifted already, about 6 inches up off the mat. And then reach through left fingertips. You can try taking the shoulder blade back and down, or chin in towards collarbone. Take the right shoulder out of the ear. So I'm going to go into breathing. My body feels right here a little like zzz inside. So I'm, instead of talking, I'm even slurring my words a little bit. I'm going to breathe. So you guys breathe too. Get loud. Inhale, left arm up. Side bend now by pressing the left hip down. Wrapping that left shoulder. You can maybe feel that by doing unlocking the shoulder move, bending the elbow, squeezing it in towards center. Both shoulders down away from the ears, and then lengthen the spine to the right. And then exhale, twist towards the foot. You can go slowly, even stopping halfway, feeling the sacrum. I have a lot more happening on this side. So the breath that helps you might be ferocious or it might be soft. Now can you press through the inner leg line of that right leg? I kind of start to go into that tension or almost shaky. My foot starts to shake, both feet. So follow that whenever your body's telling you something, listen. Little Uddiyana. Releasing the belly, then the breath. Bring your torso back up, your legs out in front. And that's one thing, like, so throat chakra is not just speaking, it's also judgment and discernment. And that might be, you guys can just wiggle your legs out and come into a Baddha Konasana. So discernment is, when is your body actually telling you something? And when is it like your monkey mind telling you something? Okay, so you guys in Baddha Konasana here, press the soles of your feet together, root down through your hips. And you can use your hands to help the thighs together. And lay down on your back for abs. We're going to do abs with some of those really subtle, like pressing the hand into the thigh, pulling the ribs in, pulling the belly down. We're going to play with a little jumbo move in dolphin that's more of that space, exactly what you were talking about, Sarah, that space right here. Thinking of that as abs. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest or armpits and kind of rock around, roll around. I always like to reach my legs up towards the ceiling, or maybe you like to do a happy baby or something. Roll out your ankles. Lengthen the back of your neck so you can use your hands to tuck your chin. Set your feet down. You take your hands on tops of the thighs. A little traction here, so the heels of the palms are right at the hip crease. Another nice one for getting space in the low back, right where it reaches or touches, or right at the sacrum. So do some pelvic tilts here as you press your hands into the tops of the thighs. So take a big inhale, flaring out the ribs side to side. And then exhale, gently press hands into the tops of the thighs, curl the pubic bone to navel. Very gently, very gentle press, tuck chin. And then instead of curling the pubic bone to navel, feel kind of loose and open in the low back while you gently traction. Can you feel which side is tighter, the right or the left? Just feel inside. Maybe it feels equally tight. Okay, you can keep your hands on your body, maybe more on the low belly. Active through the feet, inhale. Hold the breath. Lift the right foot up, right hand, right thigh, exhale. Drag the thigh up, active feet, pull the belly down, ribs down. And then set the right foot down, inhale. Hold the breath. Lift the left foot till the knee is above the hip. And then left hand, left thigh, just gently traction the thigh up, curl the pubic bone to navel, pull the ribs in towards the spine. And then set the left foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, curl the pubic bone to navel, and then lift the right foot, right hand, exhale, right hand, right thigh. Think of pulling the sternum down. So like low ribs in towards spine, belly down. Active right foot. Set the right foot down now. Inhale. Hold the breath. Start to curl the pubic bone and navel. Active right foot. Lift the left and then exhale. Press the hand into the thigh. Thigh back into the hand. Ribs in. Belly in. And then set the left foot down. We're going to cross now. Hands. Inhale. Flare up the side ribs. Hold the breath, lift the right foot, left hand, right thigh. And just press the thigh back into the hand. Feel what turns on as you do this cross body. Right foot down, inhale. Hold your breath. Anchor the right foot down, lift the left thigh, right hand, left thigh. Exhale. Set the left foot down, inhale. Do 2 more, crossing. I think, Dawn, you asked, hold the breath. Anchor the left foot down, lift the right foot, left hand, right thigh, about hip flexors, how to strengthen the hip flexors. And this can be a way when you're really pressing the thigh back into the hand. Pulling the belly down. You can even notice a weak spot, do that side twice. Inhale, flare out the ribs. Anchor right foot down, lift the left, right hand, left thigh. So transverse abdominis. Pull the belly down. 1 more on each side. Or if you have a weaker side, do it twice. Or a more interesting side or a shaky side. Soften your eyeballs. Active feet. Okay, set the foot down. We're going to add head and neck, keeping 1 foot down, reaching the other one up, and that lift will be last third of the exhale. You guys have all done this. Inhale, flare out the ribs side to side. Hold the breath, anchor the right foot down. Exhale, left leg up, left heel up. Last third of the exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Inner leg line, reach it up. Look towards your thigh. Pull the belly down away from the thigh. Head into hands. Set the left foot down, inhale. Hold your breath, anchor the left foot down, right leg up, reach up with the heel, so flex the foot. Last third of the exhale, head and shoulders lift. Reach the thigh up, pull the belly down away from that. And then set the right foot down, inhale. So another way, think of it as unclogging the low back. Hold the breath, anchor the right foot down, exhale. Left heel reaches up, last third of the exhale, head and shoulders lift. Reach the thigh up as you pull the belly down. Stay up, inhale. Now pigeon toe the whole thigh and press the foot up. Pull the belly down away from that. And then set the left foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, anchor left foot down. So right heel up, last third of the exhale, head and shoulders lift. If you've done star spiral pulse, you can think of that. Inhale again. Spiral the inner thigh forward. Pulse, reach the thigh up, pull the belly down. Okay, set the right foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, anchor right foot down, exhale, left leg up, head and shoulders lift. Now keep holding your head with the right hand, left hand, bring it to the front of the left thigh, inhale. And exhale, drag the thigh up, reach your right elbow up, pull the belly muscles down. You can do that little pigeon toe if it feels good. Set the left foot down, head down. Hold the breath, curl the pubic bone and navel, right leg up, head and shoulders lift. Keep supporting the head with the right hand on front of thigh. Inhale again. And then reach the left elbow up. As you drag the thigh up, head into hands, pull the belly down. And lower the right foot down, lower the head down. Just let your knees fall together. And grab a hold of the block. Bring it in between the thighs. And bring your knees so that they're stacked above the hips. Likely that is pressing the feet a little more forward. And then curl the pubic bone to navel, spread out through the toes, squeeze the block, pull the belly down. Keep your head down, hands on front of the thigh, inhale, thighs. Hold the breath, squeeze the block, curl the pubic bone to navel. We're just feeling. Press your hands into the thighs, active feet. Engage the butt muscle, maybe a little kegel. Inhale, release that. Release the curl of the pubic bone to the navel. And then exhale, this time left leg up, hands still on the fronts of the thighs. Squeeze the block. Reach the heel up. Think of pulling your whole pelvic floor up towards your diaphragm. Just stay there, inhale. Take your hand to the block. As you exhale, press the block forward so that you have to squeeze the thighs to keep it there. And then bend the left knee, inhale, hands on the thighs again. Hold the breath. Now what happens if you curl the pubic bone to navel and then squeeze the block? Just feel those little subtle differences. Hands on the thigh, exhale, right leg up. Now inhale, release, and then squeeze the block first, and then curl the pubic bone to navel. Press your hands into the block. Reach your right leg up, inner leg line, pull the belly down, pull up, pelvic floor up. And bend the right knee. Let's take another little break. Here's where I wish I had you guys in person, or I wish I did all the time, but knees in towards armpits, kind of see where you're at here. Okay, we're going to add the head, lifting the head. We're going to do the leg straight up and then the leg diagonal. And then maybe some of you're going to drop the heel down. Now I'm going to just say you guys can kind of roll to a side if you're not sure what I'm talking about. I'm just going to say a couple options would be to do what we just did. Keep the block in between, maybe Helen, keep the block in between the thighs, and then just reach your leg up every time. Now, if it hurts at all to drop your heel down as you do that, you're pulling your ribs in, so you're really engaging your core. You can internally rotate your thigh. So that actually helps me. The way I learned is if you've had children that can, but I've not yet still, it feels a lot better. So what that looks like here is taking your foot out a little bit and then pulling the ribs in and dropping your heel down. Maybe you're not even going down all the way. So if it feels weird, or maybe you just want to do it, I believe it's a weakness as to why I can't do it as comfortably. Okay, so we're going to go up the diagonal, and then your head will come down as we drop the heel down. And you can do all of that the same way we just did it. And just even demoing, my legs are like, okay, go ahead and set up. That means a block if you're doing the leg straight up version. Otherwise, knees stacked above the hips, spread out through the toes, hands clasped behind the head and the neck. You can do all of this with your head down if you have a prolapse or a hernia. Okay, so inhale. Otherwise, lift head and shoulders up. Hold the breath. Curl the pubic bone to navel, and then exhale the left leg up. Elbows lift towards right thigh. Look towards your belly. Pull it down. And then bend the left knee. Inhale. Hold the breath. Press the low back down. Exhale, right leg straight up. Elbows towards the left thigh. Pull the belly down. And then bend the right knee. Head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath. And then exhale and extend the left thigh. Head a diagonal like 45 degrees. You can Internally rotate here, elbows towards right thigh, pull the belly down, and then bend the left knee, inhale, head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath, curl the pubic bone to navel, and then exhale, extend the right thigh, reach up, thinking the thigh forward, pull the belly down, think of reaching the thigh forward. Inhale, bend the right knee, lower your head down, keep your hands there. Hold the breath, curl the pubic bone to navel, and then you can lower the left heel down, maybe reach the left foot to the left. So internally rotate, pull the ribs in towards spine. And then lift the left foot, inhale. Hold the breath. So you're pulling your core in so you can internally rotate the right thigh and then drop the right heel down. And then lift the right foot, inhale, head and shoulders lift. Hold the breath. Curl the pubic bone to navel, left leg straight up. So one more, elbows to the right, pull the belly down. Bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath, head relaxes into hands, and then reach the elbows towards the left thigh. So not the head, the elbows, pull the belly down, bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, curl the pubic bone towards the navel, exhale, extend left thigh. Look towards your belly, pull the belly down, press the right foot forward. Bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath. Curl the pubic bone to the navel and then reach right thigh forward. Press your left foot forward another inch. Pull the belly down. Bend the right knee. Lower your head down. You can release your hands now, maybe back to the belly or the thigh. Inhale. And then lower the left heel down. Again, you can internally rotate. Left foot moves to the left slightly. Drop the heel down. Pull the ribs in. Pull the belly down. Soften your eyeballs. Inhale, lift the left foot. And then pull the ribs in towards spine. So the whole core pulls in. Right heel drops down. Lift the right foot. Whew, and then release. So I'm imagining your size there. Let's come into bridge. So you can take the block either between your thighs to come up or under your sacrum once you're up. Curling the pubic bone and navel. I feel like for me, this is like what I need to unwind most everything. Even the brain, relaxing the brain, the vulnerability of your softest belly, softest heart. Undoing, leaning forward, driving, writing, texting, activisting. This is opening up the hip flexors. Spread out through the toes. Imagine a block in between the thighs if you don't have it there, or ankles. And then walk your left foot a little closer to center. Inhale. Lift your right foot, right knee, and then exhale. Bring the right knee more towards right armpit as you press the left foot down. Then you can reach the right leg up. So this is only if you have a block under the sacrum or foam roller. Set the right foot down. Inhale, lift the left foot, and then exhale. Bring the left knee in towards left armpit. Press the right foot down. Always take your hands to where your body needs a little warmth or a little awakening. Set your feet down if they're up. Come up off the block if you're on it. And then slowly lower down. Have it take 2 breaths. Let your knees fall together. Sigh. And then pick a side. Roll onto that side. Just stay on the side. Inhale. And as you exhale, press yourself up without using your neck. So your neck is going to stay hanging towards the side. And then once you're up, use your hand to that side cheek. And inhale, help your head up. So one of the thing I was talking about that we're going to do, I'll just show you real quick. The one thing I want you guys to just be cautious of is in this, not letting your shoulders come more forward. We're going to, so you guys can be comfortable while you watch this in kind of a dolphin, but not quite as high. And you're going to let your weight shift forward. This is the point. So don't let your shoulders come farther forward than your elbows. And then you're going to pull your belly in and up towards the ceiling. Like wholly low back. So you're kind of like playing with rocking the weight forward then, and then pulling the belly up towards the ceiling. So it can be not quite the shortest dolphin, almost like a planky dolphin. That's why I said a weird word in the beginning. Okay, so we're going to do dolphin first. Don't come quite into that yet. And before a dolphin, let's even do a dolphin prelude. So come down on the forearms, clasp the hands, walk the knees farther back till your forehead comes down on the mat. And then reach your hips back and lift your clasp. So forehead's down, elbows are down. Reach your hips back. Use this nice stretch into the side ribs, upper ribs, armpits. Okay. And then take your clasp down, shift your weight forward. So I'm just going to say one more thing. What we want to do is engage the serratus, the muscles underneath the armpits. These are those muscles that you feel when you're doing unlocking the shoulders. So maybe you're just going to play with doing that and not even come up into dolphin. That's also in a dolphin, the squeeze of the elbows towards one another and dragging the shoulders down. So make sure you feel that engagement even before you try and do anything more. So forearms down, how I feel that here is I squeeze the elbows towards one another, drag the shoulders down. Like squeezing, imagine squeezing a block. And we're going to come into straight up dolphin first. Before playing with that, shifting the weight, you can feel though here, the reach, the pull of the belly up towards the ceiling. And so inhale into side ribs. Pull your belly up towards the ceiling. And if you want to play with that other, you lower your knees. You just come into a little bit farther distance between your elbows and your feet, like plankish. Don't let your shoulders pass over your elbows. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, reach your belly up towards the sky. So it's kind of like the piking muscles. Inhale, shift your weight forward. And then pull your belly up towards the ceiling. Okay, lower your knees down. Sit back on your heels. So again, if I was in person, I'd say, don't do that, guys. Or yeah, do that. Even do it in the flash prep position. Okay, but we're just going to come up now, downward dog, work our way up to stand. Feel that wrap of the shoulders, the serratus here. Look up at your hands, walk up to your hands, and widen your stance, fold. And inhale, press your feet down as you lift your arms up. Exhale, hands to the chest. Play with balance here. Close your eyes, lift your toes, shift your weight in your heels. How do you engage nice all your thigh muscles? Like imagine a block in between the thighs. Lift up from the crown of the head and then do a little pull of the belly back and up. Feel like a little mini Uddiyana, how that helps you to get longer through the mid-back. And then we're just going to link breath with movement for a few. Inhale, arms up. Pull your belly in as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the chest. Lengthen the back of your neck. Active feet, active thighs. Inhale, arms up. Pull your belly in and fold. Inhale, reach your ribs forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Tuck your chin a little, Sarah. Yeah, exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold right back in. In your fold, think of pulling your belly up like a little mini Uddiyana. Space, sacrum, low back. And then exhale, release that fold. And inhale, halfway lift. Uddiyana here, activate, lift toes, long neck. And exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, arms up. I feel like a few of you aren't going to come down on your knees, arms up. Exhale, hands to the chest. Some of us are going to come back into a lunge the next time, and some of you just warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, pull the belly in and fold. Inhale, reach the ribs forward. And then exhale, right leg back gently, right knee down, low lunge. You can keep your hands down or bring your arms up. And exhale, sink, dip in towards that left heel. And then exhale, hands down, high plank. And then lower your knees. As you lower, keep your elbows in, maybe even brushing the sides of the body. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower the ribs, and then press back, downward dog. And if you're not doing this, you're coming up, squeezing a block in between your thighs, standing chest lift. Right leg comes forward, left knee down. And you can also do this from a cat and cow, just right leg forward, dip in towards the heel. Bring your arms up. And then here, think of those muscles under the armpits. And then hands down, back foot steps up, forward fold. You can stay here. If your knee's down, it's pretty tight. Just stay there, Helen, fold. Inhale, arms up. We'll reach right back. Folding with the left leg. Left knee down. We're going to hang out here a little bit because I feel like I need it. Dipping in towards the heel. Left hand down, right arm up. Easy twist. And take your right hand on your sacrum. And if you're in a warrior one, you could do an eagle here, left over right. Squeeze the right knee in towards center, spread up through the palms. Palm. And then lower the right hand and just back up for a half splits. So come onto the right heel. Reach your hips back as you lengthen the chest forward. And then right back into a high plank. You can lower the knees or just swoop the right leg back. Shift your weight forward, lower. Arms come forward, drag your ribs forward. Like how much would you have to drag your whole body? A little inchworm. Drag the ribs forward as you lower. I feel that then in my low back. And then hands down, curl the toes underneath, back to downward dog. And your left leg will come forward. Just keep your hands down, dip in towards the heel. And then easy twist. Reach your left arm up. I like a fist with my right. Take your hand on the sacrum. We'll support as you reach the chest forward. Right ear, right shoulder. And then look down at your foot, left hand down, back up your hips for half splits. And if you're in a warrior one, you could come into like a pyramid, just straightening your left knee, starting to fold forward. Then we'll press back, downward dog, before coming up. Look up between your hands and walk up. Fold, relax your neck, and then inhale, either roll up or come up, reverse swan dive. Arms up, and then exhale into Utkatasana, chair pose. And then take your hands down to the tops of the thighs and just go for that feeling of muscles again. So likely Helen, Dawn, and I have a very similar weakness. Maybe for me, it's right above the knees. Like if I press, it's like, how do you engage that? Maybe you're gonna go for your butt. Engage your butt. Sink the weight back into your heels, bring your arms up. And then fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Some of you walk back into warrior one, left leg back, right leg forward. Otherwise, downward dog. Reach your right leg straight back. And exhale, right leg forward, warrior one. And arms up. And take your hands to your hips and straighten up that right knee. And just start to fold forward. You can have your heels as wide as your hips. Come back up and rebend the right knee till it's stacked above the right ankle. Arms up, and then exhale into goalpost. Spread out through the fingertips. Inhale. Hold the breath. Take your shoulders straight up, straight back, and then pinch the spine as you drag the shoulder blades down. Another round like that. Inhale. Balance the weight evenly through your feet. If you're more in the front, balance in the back. Hold your breath, shoulders straight up, straight back. Squeeze down the spine. And then reach your arms down. Palms can face forward. So here's one place you can stay, or you can grab a hold of your low butt cheeks or clasp your hands behind you. Working towards palms together. I don't know what you guys can see. So palms together, shoulders squeeze towards one another, reach the grip down. The chin can relax in towards the chest. Close your eyes. If you have the balance, without using your neck and your gaze, you might feel yourself sway. So then breathe to steady yourself. Active feet to steady yourself. You can roll the ear towards a shoulder. Okay, we're gonna fold and then come into standing split. So inhale. You can release whenever you need or keep the grip. Fold forward onto the right thigh. And then let the belly go on the thigh, but keep the grip. Like relax onto the right thigh. And then release your hands to the sacrum. Hands to the floor. Start to shift weight into the right foot. Lift the legs straight back and up. Now we're gonna just play here. So lower the left leg, flex the foot, so press straight back, and then bring the left knee in towards your forehead, pull your belly in, and reach the legs straight back, and then up. Lengthen the chest down the right leg, activate those right toes. You can think of lifting the kneecap, right kneecap, so that turns that quad on a bit more, opens up the back of the leg. And then bend the right knee and set the left foot down for pyramid. You can keep your hands down. I'm just grabbing my block. Maybe you widen your stance. Hips distance with the ankles. Reach your chest forward. Now here, think of that little lift out of the sacrum. The lowest vertebrae. Maybe a feeling of curling your pubic bone to navel, because that moves your sacrum down, tucking your tailbone. as you reach the chest forward. So you guys breathe big. I just noticed I was holding my breath. Reach the chest forward. Imagine the block in between the thighs. And then step your left foot up. Fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, back into chair. We're going to stay on that side and play with from a fold coming back into a standing split. So come back into a fold. Can you shift the weight into the right foot here and lift the left foot? And then reach the left foot back and up. Bend your right knee, just step the left foot down. We're going to go right into the other side, which this side isn't as warmed up. Shift your weight into the left foot from a fold. Lift your right foot, just lift it up off the mat. And then reach your right leg back. And then bring the right foot down. I'm going to come back into that fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back into chair. Inhale. Pull your belly in and fold. Inhale, reach the ribs forward. Downward dog or the other side, warrior one. Downward dog, wrap your shoulders. Inhale, reach your left leg straight back and up. And then left leg forward, warrior one. Straighten up the left knee. Bump the right hip forward. Just start to fold forward, feeling back of the leg. Maybe lift kneecap here, left kneecap. Bring your torso back up, back into warrior one or into warrior one on this side. And then inhale into goalpost, 2 rounds of shoulder shrug. Hold your breath, shoulders straight up, straight back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down, curl the pubic bone towards the navel. So tuck the tailbone here. And then inhale. Hold the breath, shoulders straight up, straight back, squeeze down the spine. Balance the weight evenly. Now release the hands down. Clasp them behind your back. Do your non-habitual grip. Turn on those butt muscles, Sarah. Shoulders down, Dawn. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Drag the shoulders down, drop the chin in towards the chest. Roll the ear towards a shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Let the weight of your belly rest on the left thigh. And then release your hands down. Standing splits. Active through the left toes. Lift the left kneecap and lengthen the chest down the left leg, reaching right thigh up. And then flex your right foot and press it straight back, lowering the right outer hip. then bring the right knee in towards the forehead, rounding. And then exhale, press it back and then up. Let your neck go. Bend the left knee and set the right foot down for pyramid. You can lighten your stance again, so make room for your hips by having your heels wide as your hips. Reach the chest forward. Bump the left hip back. And here, feel a tuck of the tailbone or a mini Uddiyana. I'm in an Uddiyana here. When I say mini, I just mean don't hold quite as long. Some of you are going to come up, bend the left knee into a standing chest lift or downward dog to high plank for boat. Lower the knees every time, lower all the way down. So I often just have you guys focus on the chest, reaching, lifting the chest. Before you come up, you can curl one set of toes underneath, lengthen the thigh back. We're gonna lift, or more rather, so do the other side, curl the toes underneath, lengthen the thigh back. You can even pigeon toe the thighs slightly. So reaching the thighs back more than up. You can walk your hands back more so they're more mid-ribs. Squeeze the elbows together. Lift and lengthen the thighs back. And then reach the chest forward away from that. Okay, lower down and just rock your hips a little back and forth. It's not a forest way here, but let's reach your left arm forward. Right arm can stay back. We're going to reach opposite leg and arms. Opposite directions, opposite arms. So look down toward your mat. Left palm can face center line. Like turn the palm in. And then reach your right thigh back, right leg back. Left arm forward. You can stay active with the right palm, squeezing the right elbow in. Lower down and switch. So left palm back, elbow squeezing in. Right arm reaches forward. Palm faces center. Lift your left thigh back and up. Right arm forward. So reach in opposite directions. Lower down. So for our sacrum people, use your hands like a pillow. Bend your knees. Shift your hips back and forth. And then be still with your hips. So your feet are pointing up towards the ceiling. Your knees are bent. And then crisscross your legs. So take your right ankle to the left ankle to the right, in front, and then in back. So just go back and forth. And if you are on your belly, then you can straighten and lengthen your left leg out and reach right hand for right foot. If you're standing up, you can do that standing. You can flex the right foot and then kick the heel off the foot to lift the chest. Or just pull the heel of the foot in towards the butt. And then go right into the other side. Think of when we just reached one thigh back. So in this case, left thigh back. You can flex the foot. Stay a couple breaths if this is your tighter, harder side. Or go back into the other. Another breath or two. You guys stay. I'm just going to check our time. And then release. Work your way back up. Eventually to standing, but maybe downward dog. Downward dog, work out, wiggle out your hips. Wiggle out, bend one knee, bend the other knee. Walk up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swoop your arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale. Pull your belly in and fold. Halfway lift. Step the left foot back for warrior two. So you can have coming up be an abdominal muscle exercise. Reverse warrior. Left hand can be on the left hip. Reach your right arm up. Side bend. Think of spaciousness. Right hip, right thigh. Tuck the tailbone. So I tend to say curl the pubic bone to the navel because it makes me think it's a more conscious muscle pulling the pubic bone forward. You can also tuck the tailbone. Inhale, arms come back, torso back, brain cradle here. Reach the elbows up, stay active in the feet. Tuck the tailbone. You can also think of those sits bones, the lowest butt muscles, curl or engaging them curls the pubic bone to the navel. And then bring your head up, your arms out to the side, extended side angle, which will bring us right forearm down on the right thigh, left arm up, eventually down into pigeon. So just stay here though. Dragging right thigh forward. Spreading through the fingertips. Nice, Helen. You could probably widen your stance. Maybe not right now. Okay, look down towards the right foot, but do a wider one next time. Left hand down. You can lower the left knee down. Start off with Maine Coon. Stretch right foot to the right top corner of the mat, arms on the inside. And this will be, so some of you I know don't like to get up and down as much, so you could do the other side of warrior two and then come down, or even do figure fours laying on your back. So, Sarah and Charlotte, sigh, reach the chest forward. And now pigeon. You can walk your torso back up. Right foot walks to the left. Left thigh lengthens back. Inhale and press your right shin down as you reach the chest forward. Okay. Back into a downward dog. Slowly, you can curl the toes under, even do a three-legged dog to transition. And then left leg backing up. Left leg forward, warrior two. Inhale before coming up, pull your belly in, come up, pressing that left foot down. Arms out to the side. Reverse warrior. Right hand, I like it on my hip, kind of my saddlebaggy upper thigh. Tuck the tailbone here. Maybe using those lowest butt muscles. Lift out of the left hip. And inhale, bring your torso back up. You can use your right hand to help your head up, cheek up, brain cradle. How much can you let your head go completely into your hands? And then arms out to the side, hinge to the left, extended side angle. In all these poses, sacrum folks, you can take your hand to the sacrum. Engage the left quad, left calf. Look down at your left foot, right hand down, lower your right knee down. Left foot walks to the left top corner of your mat. Arms on the inside for Maine Coon stretch. Maine Coon pose. Come down on the forearms or on a block. Reach your chest forward. Big breath into the left hip. And from here, pigeon. Or again, figure four, laying on your back. This is my harder pigeon, so I'm going to focus my breath on softening every exhale. Reach your chest forward and press your shin, front shin down. Go ahead and come onto your left hip. Swing your right leg around. Lay down on your back. If you did a three-legged, you could. Otherwise, yeah, come back onto your back. Nice, mom. Grab a hold of the back of your legs and give that squeeze. Maybe take your hands to the back of the neck. And whether you keep your knees, I like to keep my knees squeezing in. And take the hands to the back of the neck and lengthen the back of the neck by tucking the chin. We'll do a little unwind. So this, you can do a twist in your way. This can be a, actually we won't do that one. So keep your knees squeezed in towards your chest. So keep them kind of high, and then make goalpost arms so that the triceps are pressing into the earth and the fingertips are up towards the sky. Bring your knees in towards your chest, and then let them fall to the left of you. So you're using the triceps to help brace that. Now you can move your arms here to the left. Keep your knees high. And then look towards your knees. Stack your top knee on your bottom knee. Left hand can be on that left hip crease, or right hip crease rather. Right arm up. Okay. So you guys say, okay, so have your knees stacked and have them in towards the chest. Right arm up. Bring your right arm up over your head onto the mat. Go ahead and lower it. Now inhale. As you exhale, curl your pubic bone to navel and reach your right arm up. I mean, reach it back. Sorry. No sorries in yoga. I see both of you, two of you doing that. So reaching it back. So you're going to keep it on the mat. So you're reaching the sacrum, the tailbone, and the arm in the opposite directions. So inhale and then reach your arm back and curl your pubic bone towards your navel. Okay. Come up easy, one knee at a time. When I see more than one person doing the same thing, then I've explained it weird. So brace the back of the arms into the mat to help you to bring your knees in towards your chest, and then let them fall over to the right. And you're keeping them high in this twist. So the knees real high in towards your chest. And then in this case, the left arm reaches back towards the top of the mat. Inhale. And then exhale. Reach your sacrum down to the bottom of the mat. So top of the mat, bottom of the mat. Inhale. Curl the pubic bone to the navel and reach your left arm back. Left fingertips back. Go ahead and bring one knee up at a time. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Sit bones down. You can happy baby. Reaching the low back down. Space in the joints there. Even here, Sarah, think of space right there where the L5 articulates to the sacrum. Little mini Uddiyana, like hollowing out the belly. And then set up for Shavasana, maybe legs up the wall. Or if you have a roll or a bolster, you can bring it underneath the knees. Once you set up, you can take your hands again to the back of the neck. Or a little massage. Nice. Look at those walls. Walls are so nice. Okay, we got a chair. Helen, you could also move that chair and set your feet on the butt part of the chair so that your knees are bent. You don't have to do that, but you can move it like, yeah, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Free will, sovereign. But that's another modification, Helen, is you would then, instead of the back of the chair facing you, you'd have it on one side and then let your legs. But I see that there's arms on that chair too. Yeah, take your hands to the back of your neck there, Sarah. That's nice. Imagine a nice traction. I've got your head in my hands. Inhale, lengthening. I'm leaning back. Inhale, and then exhale, just sigh.
That was great.
Yay.